Hi learners, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the topic information technology based services in libraries. This topic has been divided in two parts. Part 1 we are discussing today and part 2 will be discussing tomorrow. As we all are aware that information technology has played very important role in the library services. Technology has fundamentally revolutionized traditional libraries that transforming them into a dynamic information hub. And libraries historically, which is known as, is a physical space for housing printed materials with the limited access to resources and services. But now the integration of IT has enabled the libraries to expand their offerings significantly. In addition to the library services, also enabled the libraries to offer advanced research support services. Libraries now host various digital tools in support of the research and other activities. You will find the citation management, scholarly communication, and other aspects. The IT has been playing very important role to provide the research support services to users. Apart from that, there is an increase of interaction, fosters a more vibrant and connected learning community. The infusion of IT into libraries has not only expanded their functional capabilities, but also transformed them into comprehensive, user-centric information centers that cater to the diverse and evolving needs of modern users. Now, if you discussing about what are the key role of information technology in libraries. Information technology has revolutionized how the libraries provide access to resources. You know, each and every activities of libraries, whether it is a special library, academic library, or public library, you may find every activities of their libraries, you will find an application of IT there. You will be able to access information from them without any problem or without any libraries. If you say about library activities, what you can say, like housekeeping activities, starting from acquisition to maintenance, you will find the application of IT there, so that the user can easily access their information from them. And next, the efficient information retrieval. Integration of IT in library has markedly improved the efficiency of information retrieval. Advanced search engines, indexing systems, and metadata standards that facilitate very quick and accurate searches across the vast digital collections. Now, you know, many libraries having their own databases. Through the databases, they will be able to access the information. And some libraries having the advantage of developing their own databases, abstracting and indexing databases, e-journal databases. Through that, users or scholars can easily access information. Another important role the information technology playing in libraries, digital preservation and archiving. Digital archiving or digital preservation is another important aspect where libraries are playing, IT is playing very important role. You know, one of the foremost function of library is to have preserve the documents, preserve the cultural materials for the present and future generations. Due to these difficulties is managing in the manuscripts and other rare materials, the libraries have compulsion to go for the digital preservation of the contents, manuscripts and archives. So, this IT plays a crucial role in the digital preservation and archiving of valuable information documents, historical manuscripts and other important materials in the digital format. So, techniques such as digitization, metadata harvesting, digital storage solutions ensures the long-term preservation of these materials, these cultural materials, and safeguarding them from physical degradation and making them accessible for future generations. Additionally, IT facilitates the management of digital archives, enabling digital organization, retrieval, and long-term preservation of assets. Okay, so let us have the look of what are the various IT-based services. Let us see, there are many IT-based services you will be finding in the libraries. For example, online public access catalog. Say for example, online public access catalog. Then digital library services. Okay, all these services you may find in most of the libraries in India, whether it is public library or special library or academic libraries. So, these services we will be discussing each and some of the services we will be discussing in detail in the coming lectures. But today what we will have a basic idea about what are these services, what this are doing it, how this services being useful for library users. So, there are many IT-based services which is said open online public access catalog, digital library services, electronic document delivery service, institutional repositories, e-bulletin boards, current content service or selective dissemination of information, CAS and SDI, audiovisual material services, readers advisory and online reference service, electronic thesis and dissertations, virtual reference service, mobile-based services, virtual library services, e-journals, e-book service, big data and artificial intelligence-based services. So, there are many services there. All the services we are basically we are going to discuss in detail in the coming lectures. But today what I am planning to give some of the services we will be discussing today. What are the basically what the services mean for. And some other services we are covering in the next class. And in coming days, we will having more detail about these services, how IT-based services can be implemented in your libraries when you become a librarian. Okay, so that are the things which we are going to discuss in detail in coming classes. So, if you see about the OPAC, what is online public access catalog? You know, it is name itself indicates that it is a catalog which is available online. This OPAC has replaced the traditional catalogs, allowing users to search for library materials online through a user-friendly interface. You know, most of the library software packages, they give access to OPAC, everybody having the module of OPAC. It was originated in 1960s with the Ohio State Library and the Dallas Public Library started this OPAC system. And through the OPAC, we will be able to access the information of the catalog of our library or any libraries which having the web OPAC, we will be able to access their information. This web OPAC extends functionalities of OPAC by making the library catalog accessible via internet. This means users can search for resources remotely using any device with an internet connection. Okay, if let us see what are the major features of OPAC. It is a real-time availability. Whenever you feel the OPAC will be available, you can access it anywhere, anytime. That's the advantage of OPAC as compared to the card catalog. If you have a card catalog in a library, you are not in OPAC in your library. What will happen? The user supposed to come to the library to search the availability of the books and other documents. But the OPAC having the features of real-time access, anywhere, any user can access through their internet. So that is another advantage. It will be accessible via internet. It is accessible via internet. And some of the OPACs they have in the integrate with external databases, external resources. So it will give you more detail, or the accessing the OPAC will be more enjoyable when it is having the integrating with more other external databases. And interestingly, it is very user friendly. All OPAC you will find it is very user friendly. Anybody can search the OPAC without any training. And nowadays, mobile apps and other things are available. Even library website can be accessed through your mobile, your smartphones. So it is giving another advantage of the user. If you have the OPAC, you can access through your smartphone, which is generally we always carrying it. So this is something about the OPAC. Then another aspect, another application of IT we can find in the form of digital libraries. Digital library means what? It is a library in the digital form. Okay, not record any physical building or anything for the library. You can access the content like e-books, e-journals, audiovisual materials, research databases, and the archival collections through internet or through the digital library platform. So digital library service often feature capabilities such as online borrowing, digital lending, and a collaborative tool enabling users to engage with the resources and connect with fellow researchers and learners within this digital environment. The digital library also providing a collaborative effort to connect with the user and the learners with this digital environment. There are many digital libraries are available in India and abroad. You will find many international reputed digital libraries. We will be discussing the digital libraries in detail in the section of digital library in later classes. But one thing I have to remind you here, there is one example, the topmost example I will say about the digital library of National Digital Library of India. Screenshot is available, you will find one library all of India. Okay, that has been developed with the funding of Ministry of Education, developed by Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. So you'll find this National Digital Library of India having the millions of documents. You'll find the document related to higher education, research, career development, cultural activities, newspaper archives, school education, and many, many more you will find in these digital libraries. So I will suggest you please go through it so you'll have an idea about how the digital library works. Now if we say about the electronic delivery service, earlier we used to have interlibrary loan concept. Now because of this IT application, you will find the electronic document delivery service. This service offered by the libraries has significantly transformed how users access and obtain specific information. This service provides a convenient and efficient mechanism for delivery of requested materials such as journal, article, book chapters, conference papers and reports directly to the library users. If the document is not available in that particular library, which the document delivery system, they will be arranging the documents and they will be providing to the users in the form of a electronic form. Okay. So this method of electronic delivery not only expedites the document delivery process, but also enhance accessibility, allowing the users to receive documents remotely from any location with internet access. So it is a very interesting service which most of the libraries are providing with the help of InflipNet. Another application we will find in the form of institutional repositories. This is a web-based service which collect or which develop a repository of intellectual assets of an institution. You all are aware that every institution, say for example university, having or producing a lot of intellectual content in the form of research articles, in the form of a book or thesis or any other form. But this collections, this digital or any other content which has been not been, which is this digital content is not been preserved in our institutions. So this institutional repository which give an repository of diverse range of materials including research papers, preprints, conference proceedings, thesis, dissertations, datasets, multimedia content, etc. So this having many advantages once you develop a digital library. I always say to my students, it is a responsibility of a librarian to develop a digital library or develop an institutional repository of your institution. It is a great contribution to the society or to our community. Yes. By making the research output freely accessible, the repository enhances the discoverability of academic contributions, leading to higher citation rates and a greater recognition within the global scholarly community. So every institution is interested to develop such type of institutional repositories where the librarian can play a very important role. With the help of software like a DSpace, ePrints or Greenstone, librarians can develop a repository of the intellectual asset of an institution. I can give you one example, that example you already, most of you having aware about that. The example is Shodhganga, isn't it? Shodhganga is a repository of theses and dissertations. It has been developed by InflipNet, Information and Library Network, and it will be accessible the shodhganga.inflipnet.ac.in. You see, it is they already achieved more than 5 lakh theses, 5 lakh digital theses in this portal. It has been developed using the DSpace, the software which is using for developing institutional repository. So you can have a visit to Shodhganga and you can find how this information has been organized and how useful this such type of institutional repository for the research. Apart from that, many institutions and universities, they have developed their own institutional repository. Some of the repositories are accessible in the open platform, and some of them are restricted to accessible through their only the intranet connectivity, which they can access within the campus. So there are you'll find the open door. It is a global directory of open access repositories. If you visit their open door, you may find the list of institutional repositories which can be accessed in globally. Okay, this will be much useful for the researchers again to have such type of connectivity to this information. So I can say this such type of information is much more useful for a librarian to help the researchers how the information can be accessed, which is available in the form of institutional repositories. Similarly, you can see another type of IT-based service you will find in the form of a bulletin boards. What is a bulletin board? A bulletin board is an electronic communication platform designed to host messages and articles centered around a common subject, theme, or area of interest. What is a bulletin board? A bulletin board is an electronic communication platform designed to host messages and articles centered around a common subject, theme, or area of interest. Bulletin boards enable the library to post and retrieve messages which may be directed either to all users or a specific individuals. Though all messages are visible to the entire community. Yes, the e-bulletin board enable the library to post and retrieve messages which may be directed either to all users or a specific individuals, though all messages are visible to the entire community. Libraries are increasingly utilizing bulletin boards as a part of their web-based services, offering a collaborative space for communication and interaction. Some libraries provide e-bulletin service by compiling and distributing digital bulletins that highlight recent developments, resources, or news in a specific subject areas. These bulletins may include updates on newly acquired materials, upcoming library events, scholarly articles, and relevant research developments. Another service which with most of you are familiar, that is Current Awareness Service, CAS. This Current Awareness Service is a critical offering provided by libraries to ensure users remain informed and updated on the latest developments, resources, and information in their respective fields of interest. As we know, every individual is interested to know what are the latest developments are going on around us. So this service, Current Awareness Service, such a service which provides information very quickly to the users, and it will only provide the recent information, and it will try to update the users about the recent developments in their fields. So this service is designed to assist users in staying abreast with new developments about the new research, publications, events, and other relevant updates by employing various delivery methods such as email, newsletters, RSS feeds, customized alerts, and social media updates. Many of the libraries now using such type of services to update their users. So let us see how this service is being provided to users. We will be providing this CAS in the form of a bulletins and alerts. Libraries send periodic updates via email or newsletters containing newly acquired resources, journal articles, and relevant research. Then RSS feeds. What is RSS feeds? It's a really simple syndication feed. These feeds are used to distribute information online such as news headlines, blog entries, website content, audio and video files. So this RSS feeds and notification, it's another important feature of current awareness service. And through current awareness service, you can access databases, online resources. These libraries maintain access to specialized databases and allows through the current awareness service, libraries maintain access to specialized databases and that allow users to set up alerts of new publication in their field. Because all the databases and journals are alerting the users about the recent development in their field. And through social media, libraries may share recent updates, events, resources through platforms like Twitter, or we can say now with the name change into X, or LinkedIn, or any other software, any other social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, etc. You can use such type of platform to provide the recent development to the users. And another service we will find is a selective dissemination of information. It is an extension of CAS. This SDI, name it indicate, it's provide information very selectively, selective dissemination of information, SDI. It is a specialized component of CAS. It is an extension of CAS. CAS is being provided to all the users in the library, but the SDI is provided to the selected users. So, the use of computer system to select relevant documents to each user based on their predefined profiles. You have to collect the profiles of each and every users, especially these specialist users, and according to their profiles, the library is collecting that information from the various sources and it will be providing as a tailor-made service. SDA can be viewed as a inverse of traditional information retrieval. This SDA service, you will find there is a user profile, library. Now let us see how SDA works. SDA is based on three aspects. One is they will be having the user profile, and another aspect is SDA is having the document profile, and third, it will be matching both user and document profiles. So, user profile, the library gathers detailed information about the users of their research interest. In the document profile, the library collect information from various sources of information like books and journals, and it will collect lesson in the form of a document profile. And based on this matching of both profiles, and they will send the customized alerts to the users, and it will keep on updating their information by sending the record information to the users in a periodic email or notifications about new publications, articles or materials matching their interest. And another aspects which we will be finding in the SDA is feedback. That is not available in the CAS. In SDI, because it is an individualized service, so the library or librarian should know how effectively we are imparting this service to our specialized users. So there is a feedback system where library is collecting the feedback from the users to know the responses about the SDA service. If it is something is required, need to modify it, so it will be accordingly through feedback they are going to modify it. Dear learners, we can sum up today's lecture. We discussed about what are the key roles where IT is playing in the imparting library information services, and we discussed some of the services where libraries providing based on the information technology, and some other services that we going to discuss in the next class. So I thank you all the listeners for your patience listening. We will meet you tomorrow with the part 2 of this topic, information technology based services in libraries, part 2. Thank you once again.